Trap more gang. Today, we are back with another Jacksonville gang analysis video, and I'm going to be breaking down one of the most tragic parts of this entire story, the situation where Young and Ace unfortunately lost 3 of his closest friends, including his blood brother, in a grisly drive-by shooting, the likes of which I have certainly never seen in hip-hop or gang history before. If anything, it's just like overwhelmingly shocking. I think this situation is another one of those ones that just chills you to the core and really made this whole Jacksonville gang feud stand head and shoulders above other feuds that we've seen in the streets before because of just how purely savage and cold-hearted it seemed to be. So I'm really interested to break this down, take a look at some of the specific details that we cover in this video, and maybe get into some additional information about what actually went down that day and my take on it when I was putting together this video. So let's get into it, gang. On Tuesday, the 5th of June, 2018, Young and Ace was out celebrating the 18th birthday of his close friend, 23, aka RJ, real name Royale Devon Smith Jr. And the 4 boys were seen posting on social media in good spirits on their way to dinner.
We on sketchbook running that money out with me, nigga. I made it, ain't nothing the same at all.
This is a clip that's floating around in a few different places. I found it on the Duval County subreddit, but obviously we get to see kind of the situation with Ace and his guys driving out for 23's birthday, and obviously initially, it doesn't seem like he shows anything that specifically showcases where they are, where their location is. It just looks like they're having a good time for their homie's birthday, and it doesn't really get too much deeper than that. It's both heartbreaking and heartwarming to like see these guys just having a nice little moment together and just like having a little bit of fun. And man, just to think what was about to happen next is just crushing. This is an open-air mall in the southeast of Jacksonville. Now, while they were there, they made numerous posts to social media, and perhaps it was these very posts right outside the restaurant that they ate at that alerted the ops of Ace and his friend's location. But I was able to spot the exact place that they were standing on Google Maps within minutes of pulling up this area on Street View, not even looking that hard. It's obviously easier for me to find this place on Google Maps, and I can just throw in, Wasabi Steakhouse, because we know now in hindsight that that's where they had eaten before they were killed. I didn't want people to think that I was kind of taking giant liberties with just, oh, it's obvious where he was in hindsight. But like, I think if you're from Jacksonville, so many people commented on the original video like, oh, I'm from Jacksonville. These are really popular places. This town center area is like where everybody goes, is where everybody hangs out. That said, it's not entirely clear whether or not it was these photographs and these Instagram posts that completely gave up Ace's location to the people that wanted to cause him harm, or whether perhaps he was already being tailed. It's highly possible that Ace and his guys were being tailed by people that wanted to hurt them or kill them, regardless of them posting on social media. Now, allegedly, a witness said that there was some kind of argument or altercation between the 4 guys and some other boys at the location they had dinner. Ace never mentions in any of his interviews that I have seen that there was any kind of contact or altercation with the shooters that ended up doing the horrible crime. It's kind of ironic that in some ways, Ace is a bit of a prolific self-snitcher with some of the stuff that he and a lot of other people that were involved in this beef have gone on to say and rap and put in their songs. If he did know who did it, if he did know that there were people that he'd had an altercation with before, chances are he probably wouldn't say that in interviews. Chances are he probably would just keep that to himself.
Ain't nobody just gonna just creep up on me like that. Yeah, they have to been sitting outside.
I mean, that statement in a way, the way he says like, ain't nobody creeping up on me like that, seems to suggest that he wasn't completely blindsided by this. I don't know. I'm not really involved in the streets in that level, obviously, but logic would dictate that like, if you had an altercation that was very public and people witnessed, you would maybe not go ahead with the shooting afterwards. It's a tough one. Some have said that as many as 120 bullets were fired from automatic weapons. I wouldn't normally use a YouTube comment as a source or for facts or anything, but I felt like this one was like particularly useful and like insightful because there's way more guns in America. There's way more people that just have basic knowledge about guns that I frankly don't have. So I felt like this was a really helpful comment that just like helped me understand a little bit more the facts and the technicalities of this situation. It just drives home just how bad what went down was. I mean, due to the amount of bullets that were fired into Ace's car at that time, the people responsible for this crime must have literally unloaded like multiple AKs or similar weapons with enormous like 30-round clips, and that really drives home just how nasty this hit was.
I'm trying to come for him. I'm trying to hold RJ. I'm trying to hold him. I'm trying to RJ open the door. I open the door, I'm pushing him out. I'm like, bro, I got you, bro, I got you. He grabbed a shirt, like, bro, I can't move.
I think it's kind of bad that that clip exists. I felt like it's important to show it. It's public record. I don't know who filmed that footage. I kind of think that it is kind of not cool. Ace looks like he's in a bit of a vulnerable position in that particular clip. But at the same time, again, I think it just like, it really drives home the strength of his character that he's there talking and recounting the situation. I mean, it's heartbreaking. It's tough. It's a lot.
Ace ended up getting done pretty dirty by the authorities and the American health system, with Ace basically not getting the medicine he needed and being thrown out of the hospital early, with numerous bullets still inside him.
As a British person, like, one of the most terrifying things about even being in the United States is the private healthcare system. Because in the UK, we've got the National Health Service, you get free healthcare. It's not always the best healthcare, but it's mostly pretty good. And shout out the nurses that work super hard in the NHS. But like, if you fuck your shit up in America, they will let you die. That's just how I feel. I don't know, let me know in the comments if I got shit all wrong. That's just like the impression I get. That's the impression America gives me, is that like, we'll give you all the freedom, but we will also give you the freedom to die without insurance. That was another heartbreaking aspect to this story. They sent Ace out with 8 bullets in his butt, but shit's only about to get worse.
Oh wait, no, scratch that. The cops actually did make one arrest after this incident, Ace himself, who ended up in jail, still injured, for violating his probation because he had been seen at a gun store earlier that day, holding an unloaded firearm in a gun store, which apparently he wasn't allowed to do.
Because of a social media post related to the arrest, they say the post advises he is supposed to be in the hospital right now, but is in jail instead.
This was super fucked up. I mean, can you believe that the guy got shot up? He lost 3 of the closest people in his life, and the cops were like, let's arrest him. I couldn't believe this from the JSO.
He was shopping at Shooters on University Boulevard.
There was a snitch, basically. He'd said that he had seen Ace in the gun store.
When Channel 4 came on with the news and they showed the individual, they showed him as being a survivor of this shooting at Town Center. Okay, as soon as I saw his face, I said, that is the individual.
As soon as I saw his face, I said, I'm gonna stitch this guy up who has just lost 3 people close to him and make sure he goes back to jail. Fuck this guy, man. Fucking 6-9 levels of snitching. This guy is a bitch. Fuck you and your shitty lamps, your trash decor. Fuck this shit. Look at your garbage house. Full of tat. Shout out the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office for being the biggest fucking pieces of shit in the game.
Because they made him shave off his trademark hair and refused to let him go to his brother's funeral.
Yeah, just, look, we've pulled you out of hospital, right? Not gonna let you go to your brother's funeral, and you know what? We're gonna give you a shit haircut as well. The fucking icing on the cake.
Ace got out of jail and channeled his emotion and his pain, quite literally, into his music. With a headline track titled Pain, with his song Pain reflecting on the incident.
This is why Ace is a G. He comes out of all of that situation. They did him dirty in every single way. If it was me, I don't know what the easiest way to off yourself in jail is. I'd have been toaster in the bathtub. There ain't no bathtubs in jail. I don't know what I'm talking about. I would have been out of here, man. I would have been out of here. That's too much for a man to take. But Ace took it in his stride and he was back rapping.
The song Pain was from his Life I'm Living mixtape, which for the record also had the NBA Youngboy assisted banger Gifted.
God damn it. I said Gifted. It's called Wanted. I hate it when that happens, man. I hate it when that happens. Listen, I'm not scared to admit that I get some shit wrong. And when you're recording these things, I'm sitting literally there, right there, just recording these things for hours on end. Sometimes you get a little brain fart and the wrong words come out. But it is what it is. Track's Wanted, not Gifted. I take the L. You know what really annoys me? And it's only certain parts of this video. I just had this little tuft of hair just right here. Anyway, this isn't important. But that tuft gets on my nerves so much, gang. And I'm glad nobody noticed it. But now you know, and I've told you, and it is what it is.
I don't know what happened to the nigga Ace and his brother and shit. Get well, Ace, you know, condolences to your family. Fuck them other niggas, I don't give a fuck. Fuck, nigga, no, I don't even really fuck with Ace like that.
Now, there when Foolio says karma is real, he's basically kind of saying that Ace deserved what happened to him. And I think it's comments like that that make me think that maybe at least he thinks, or maybe that there's some kind of suggestion that Ace knew something about or was involved in the Zion Brown hit, which is obviously Foolio's cousin in the previous chapter to this video. Could be completely wrong, could be complete cap, could be a coincidence, but it does make you think, it gets you thinking, and no one deserved what happened to Ace, Foolio. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Fucking hell.
In fact, it almost seemed like every single day that passed, Foolio would find a new way to disrespect Ace and his fallen friends.
Now, I didn't show this on screen for very long because I thought it was just so disrespectful. I thought I was going to go to hell if I showed it, but he's made a Rest in Piss shirt. rest in piss 2-3. I'm getting a new shirt today. I pissed on this one and burned it already. I mean, fucking hell, man. It's stuff like this which is less documented in the earlier stages of this beef, which kind of makes it make a bit more sense as to why Queso was burning and wearing the Bibby jerseys so much. I gotta say, whatever print shop printed this t-shirt off should be ashamed of themselves, because if somebody comes into your print shop and says, I need a couple of size L's in this fucking shirt, you'd say, take your business elsewhere, buddy. That is not cool. I'm pretty sure Teespring wouldn't let me print any of those off.
Considering how grisly the hit on Ace and his brothers were, it's no surprise that deadly retaliation was only around the corner.
Okay, gonna get into the next one on another video, but that really is probably the most bulky and serious segment of the video, where we're talking about the situation that Ace went through with his 3 friends. It's just heartbreaking stuff. I don't know what you guys thought when you first heard about that situation. Maybe you already knew about it if you'd messed with Ace's music in the past already. Maybe you're completely new to this situation. It's just unforgivable, to be honest. It's absolutely disgraceful, and I can't believe that Ace came out of that alive. It's really sad he had to go through that, but it's inspiring that he came out the other side still making amazing music. So shout out to Ace for that. Hope you enjoyed that breakdown. If you did, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you thought. Let me know whether the certain details were interesting, others weren't. Shout out everybody for supporting all of the Trap More subscribers. I appreciate you guys, everybody that watched this main video, and of course all of the patrons who you can see on screen right now. I think that side is the side we're doing it. I'll be standing in the middle of the videos. I'm gonna start leaning to the side when we do that. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Till next time, peace.